First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. Alright? And with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. Lord's willing, it'll be edifying. And as usual, I'm going to go in the Rakal Kwadash. Alright? And today's date for the record is April 24th, 2020, the year of prophecy. And first things first, let me start out with a scripture, and then we'll get into this lesson. All right, it'll probably be a little long. Just a quick heads up, because I got a couple videos that I wanted to play. They're not really long videos, but I don't know where it's gonna go. Like I said, me sometimes I get on little rants and stuff, so who knows. Anyway, first things first, let's bang this scripture out. This is Ecclesiasticus. All right, not Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, okay? Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 7, okay? It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath the joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy," okay? And that's pretty much, this is pretty much the point that I wanted out of this scripture here. All right, the whole scripture is beautiful, of course, okay? But we know this isn't our rest, all right? That we were brought here in Egypt again, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, Babylon the Great. We were brought here as a punishment to serve captivity, right? So this is not our rest, and our children are not our own, we're not in the kingdom. This is contrary to popular belief. This is, as far as Yasharallah, this is our hell, okay? Because we know one of the definitions of hell is a condition upon the earth, okay? This is Esau, Edom, and the other nations. This is their heaven, and this is our hell, okay? You see? So this is not our rest, as it is written, okay? But the main point that I wanted is, out of this scripture is, the joy, the happy. It says that makes his heart happy. It said, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue." The main point I wanted out of this is, "And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." Okay, and Lord's willing, we keep enduring till the end, we be found worthy. Okay, we will see this. We will see the fall of our enemy. Okay, we are in them times. Okay, Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so all we got to do is keep pushing. All right, but anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to bring that out first. All right, let's get into the inspiration for this video here. Okay. All right. So pretty much I didn't even thumb this up to lock it. I didn't get a chance to. But the main inspiration for this lesson is going to come from this video here from GMS Rebuke the Temper 2. It's a real quick little video here. It's called Babylon, the Land of Great Confusion, okay? And that's what pretty much inspired this lesson. I'm going to go into how this place is through, okay? And that's why I started out with Ecclesiasticus, the fall of his enemy. Now we fully understand, King David, okay? Which I'm not gonna get into all of this yet. I'm not gonna jump the gun, okay? But like I said, we in them times, we're about to see the fall of our enemy, chiefly Esau, Edom, our chief enemy, our chief adversary. Okay, you see, we're in them times. Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem us, redeem his elect, his chosen. Okay, all we got to do is keep pushing, be found worthy. All right, have faith plus works. Okay, you see. Anyway, let's play this video here so you can pretty much get the idea what inspired, what got my juices flowing this morning. All right. So it says Babylon, the land of great confusion. All right, so let's hear this.
I just want to be clear in terms of the definition of people dying of COVID. So the case definition is very simplistic. It means at the time of death, it was a COVID positive diagnosis. So that means that if you were in hospice and had already been given, a few weeks to live, and then you also were found to have COVID, that would be counted as a COVID death. It means that even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death. So everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that was the cause of the death, but they had COVID at the time of death. I hope that's helpful.
Beautiful.
Every summer, I try to do a little extra reading. Here's a few books I've read recently that you might enjoy. How to Lie with Statistics.
It's beautiful. Hey, that just pretty much sums up Babylon the Great, man. Confusion, and I got scriptures going into that, Beautiful. We're in beautiful times. I mean, Esau Edom's being exposed on an all-time high level. He's exposing himself, It's beautiful times, man. All right, beautiful times. We're witnessing the fall of our enemy, okay? Matter of fact, let me get some scriptures first, and then I'll get into some videos. I feel like hitting some scriptures. Because now we fully understand what King David, we in them times, we fully understand the whole picture. We've eaten the whole roll, and we're in them times that all the men of old dreamed and hoped and wished to be and see, okay? The prophets of old, they wished to be in these times, okay? Okay, when Yahushua was going to restore Israel, okay? And that's what you see happening, okay? Anyway, let's get into this. This is Psalms chapter 83. I'll start at verse 1. It says, O Yahweh, this is King David speaking, okay? It says, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who is thy people? Israel, okay? And we know what ultimately the crafty counsel is going to be that new world order, okay, which that new world agenda, which is going to ultimately lead to the RFID microchip, which is the charagma, the mark of the beast, okay? But it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, okay? You see? Chiefly Esau Edom, okay? They stole our identity. They took our heritage, okay? They oppressed us, you see? But the other nations were with it. They're confederate with them, okay? That's why they're going to get judged also. They all had a hand in it, okay? They're all guilty, okay? They're accessories to the crime, okay? The other nations, okay? Ishmael, Moab, it's going to go into it, okay? It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel, Yasharallah, may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They're of one mind, which is the New World Order. They all gave consent unto the beast, okay? Which is NATO and the EU, which is led by that whore, America, Babylon the Great, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, okay? It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, like I said, which is our chief adversary, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarines, Gabal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, etc., etc., okay? All the heathen nations round about. They're confederate. Confederate. They're in cahoots. You see, I just wanted to bring that out real quick, because you see, that's what we're witnessing, the fall of our enemy. And you could put S on top of that, the enemies, okay? We're watching the fall of our enemies, and that starts with our chief enemy, East Edom, okay? That's what times we're in, okay? You see? This is Job, let me not go here yet. Let's play some more videos. Because like I said, the main lesson that I wanted to bring out is that this land of confusion, everything is confusion, okay? And you see it's being exposed, okay? This Babylon the Great is being exposed to what it is, confusion, okay? Matter of fact, let me go here. That's why I had put this here, Because what? We know that the earth is given into, I always quote this, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is given it? Who is that? Esau Edom. Okay? He's the wicked. According to Malachi, the border of wickedness. Alright? Idumea. Okay? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And that's why confusion. Everything is confusion because he covered the true faces of the judges, which is starts with Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, and on down, okay? Yasharallah is ordered in things. But the scriptures tell you that he transgressed the laws, man. And see, Job 9:24 told you that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and we know that's Esau Edom, okay? And he transgressed the laws, okay? This is Isaiah 24:4. The main point is in verse 5. I'm going to start at verse 4, though. It says, the earth mourneth, okay? Because what? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, okay? Our enemy, okay? They were confederate. They made a tumult against us to cut us off. You see? There were all of them. But our chief enemy is Esau Edom, okay? And this is why things are out of whack, okay? Salakia. So this is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. The laws of who? The laws of Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai found within these scriptures. Okay? You see? They break every law. Okay? You see, he can't get right. Okay? He's the wicked. Okay? Everything Yahweh Shai says to do, he does the opposite of. Everything Yahweh Shai tells him not to do, he does. Okay? It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. Okay? And who is the curse? Who is the curse? Let's get that. I believe that's Jeremiah, right? No, Salakia. Isaiah. This is Isaiah. The main point is going to be in verse 5. Alright? I'm going to start at the top though. Okay? I'm going to start at the top. It says Isaiah 34:1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth out of it. Why? Because, hey, it's no excuse. You are all concerned. Hey, Yahweh Shai has a controversy with the nations. All nations, all 18 nations, man, including Yasharallah, chiefly Yasharallah, his own people. Okay, that's why 2/3 are going to get cut off. Okay, judgment is going to start here first at Yasharallah. Okay, but also chiefly Esau Edom. Okay, and then you other, as King David said, Ishmael, Moab, so on and so forth, because you were confederate. Okay, you all gave consent unto the beast. Okay, and that's why you're being judged right now. You see? You all broke the everlasting covenant. Okay? You see? So, Salakia. So back in Isaiah 34:1, it says, come now, it says, Salakia, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation, what's indignation? Righteous anger. Okay, the righteous anger of the Lord, okay, of Yahweh Shai, okay. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, all 18 nations, including Yasharallah, Edom on down, okay. And his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. Well, this hasn't happened yet. We're in these times, okay. He's gathering the armies down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat as we speak. Okay, we're in these times. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. It says their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved with what? That's talking about thermonuclear destruction, the second death, the lake of fire, intercontinental ballistic missiles, okay? Nukes, not to mention the laser beams that's going to be coming off the chariots, okay? It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Yeah, that nuclear destruction, okay? That thermonuclear destruction, the ICBMs, okay? And all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off Salakia. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, as of a fallen fig from the fig tree. Yeah, when the missiles when you see them coming back and re-entering into the atmosphere, it's gonna look like figs falling off a fig tree. The amount of nukes missiles and warheads, that's gonna be falling upon this place, Babylon the Great, and other places around the world. Okay, you see? But this is the main point that I wanted. Okay, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea. Okay, who is you Edomites? That's the Greek word of saying Edom, I believe. Let's look that up. I can't remember off the top. I believe that's the Greek word, the Greek way of saying Edom. Exactly, Hebrew for Edom. Let's see what it says. Salakia. The Greek word for Edom. Edom. Let's see. Oh, Salakia, wrong word. Salakia. My bad. Salakia. I'm looking up Idumea. My bad. Salakia. Where was it? Idumea. That's what I'm looking up. Idum. Well, it tells you Edom. It tells you Idumea is Edom. Okay? I believe that's the Greek way of saying Edom. If I'm not mistaken. It says Edom, red, Edom, we know Esau, Edom, yeah, Edom, Idumea, Edomite, Idumean descendants of Esau. So the Idumea, it clearly tells you, okay, that's the curse. That's the people's, what did it say? The people of the Lord's curse? It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which we looked up is H123, Hebrew 123, Edom, right? It says, which we saw is what? Edom was what? Idumea means Edom, which says what? Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Edom. Descendants of Esau. Okay, this is off. Well, it says land of Edom, Idumea, land south and southeast of Palestine. Which I guess that could be right. I'm not sure. Can't remember right now on the map. But yeah, it could be that area, southeast. But nonetheless, it's the people, Esau, Edom. Okay, the red Hebrew Edomite. Okay, which we know. We know exactly who that is. Okay, I'm not gonna name him because my video might get taken down. But we know clearly who the red Hebrew Edomite is. Okay, Esau, Edom, our evil twin brother. Okay, the earth is given into his hands. The wicked elite. Okay, chiefly Amalek. Okay, that's the chief house of Edom. Okay, we know who that is. The bankers. Okay, we know who they are. Okay, but like I said, the main point is that's the curse. Okay, you see, it says upon Edom, it's like upon Idumea, which is Edom, the descendants of Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. You see, that's the main point that I wanted out of that. You see, that's the people of the curse. So let's go back. Salakia. Close this out. Let's go back now. So it says back in Isaiah 24:5, it says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, which we know is the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments are found within these scriptures. Okay, it says change the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. Okay, which we saw is Esau, Edom. Okay. The people of you see, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. You see how it all comes together. You see, it says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Okay, and that's what's coming. Thermonuclear destruction. Okay, you see, Let's keep going because the main point, Slocky, I forgot. This also is why I wanted it too, was verse 10. Okay, let's skip down. Matter of fact, no, let me not skip. Let's keep going. It says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. It says, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, Salakia. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a. It says they shall not drink wine with a song. It says strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, which we said is Babylon the Great. Okay, that's what we're seeing. The fall of our enemy, Esau Edom. Okay, and his stronghold, Babylon the Great, that great city. Okay, that great merchant city. Okay, that's what we're seeing the fall of. Okay, the wicked, the plague that devoureth the earth. Okay, it says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Okay, and that's what you see. We're in these times. Okay, the wine is gone. There's no mirth. Okay, the bars are closed, like the elder apostle Har brought out. Okay, there's nothing. There's no hope out here. Okay, that's why you see people are becoming stir crazy. Right, antsy. They're ready to go back to work, as you're going to see in some of these videos. But also confusion. One minute that the virus is spreading out of hand, it's a pandemic. 1 minute, okay, we need to open back up open back up the economy and shit. There's confusion everywhere. The damn president don't even have answers. Okay, you see, there's no more wisdom in teaming. I might as well just hit all the scriptures and close out with the videos. Might as well. That seems like the spirit. This is Jeremiah 49:7. And like I said, remember everything that came out. You're going to clearly see in these videos. Okay? Jeremiah 49:7 concerning Edom. Okay? Why is Esau Edom, Idumea, the red Hebrew Edomite, mentioned so much in these scriptures if they were done away with? Okay, if we don't know who he is, if he's irrelevant, he's a key figure as it says in the Zonda Bible Dictionary, that Edom figures prominently in future judgment. He's a key figure, man. Okay, the scriptures is about Jacob and Esau, man. So-called black and white, which we know we're not black and they're not white. We're different shades of brown and they're different shades of red. Okay, you see. It says Jeremiah 49:7 concerning Edom. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shai, is wisdom no more in Teman? Salakia. And the answer is no. Confusion. It's nothing but confusion here, man. They don't know if they're coming or going. They're divided. Kingdom against kingdom. Okay? They're divided. You see? No answers. Okay? It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shai, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? It says, is their wisdom vanished? It says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. That, it says, the time that I will visit him. And that's what's happening. Yahweh Shai is visiting Esau Edom. We're witnessing the fall of our enemies. Okay, of our enemy, our chief enemy, Esau Edom. Okay, and by default, all the other nations are going to fall also, because they were confederate. They all gave consent unto the beast. Okay, let me hit one more. Let me close. One more, then we'll do the video. Salakia. Hopefully it made sense. I hope I wasn't too much all over the place. I was trying to bring it all together. Lord's willing, it made sense. This is Isaiah, straight to the point. Isaiah 19:14. The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of. Hey, let's look up that word perverse real quick. Something on my spirit telling me to look up what perverse says. Salakia. Perverse. H Hebrew 5773. Okay, that's perverse. Let's look up what it means. It says distorting. Yeah, confused, distorting, perverting, warped, warping. Yeah, warped, perverse. Okay, confusion, no wisdom, and teeming. Okay, you see? Let's slock it. Let's read the whole thing. It says Isaiah 19:14. It says the Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Okay, it says what was that word? It meant distorting. You see, perverse. You see, and they have caused Egypt, which we know this is talking about this land here, Babylon the Great, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It said we were going to go into Egypt again with ships. This is talking about the Babylon the Great. Okay, you see, America. It says the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And that's what you see, confusion. Okay, you see, because there's no more wisdom in teeming. You see, confusion, man. Babylon the Great, confusion. Okay, you see, Salakia. I just wanted to make sure I hit them all up. Matter of fact, I'll probably come through. I'll probably close out with some of these. These are some good scriptures on confusion. All right, let's Salaka. Let's to recap. Let's play this video and then we'll bang out the other two. I want to replay this one. Okay, like I said, from the brother GMS, rebuke the temper too. Rebuke the temper too. All right. It says Babylon the Great, Babylon the land of great confusion. Okay.
I just want to be clear in terms of the definition of people dying of COVID. So the case definition is very simplistic. It means at the time of death, it was a COVID positive diagnosis. So that means that if you were in hospice and had already been given, a few weeks to live, and then you also were found to have COVID, that would be counted as a COVID death. It means that technically, even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death. So everyone...
Confusion. We're witnessing the fall of our enemies. There's no more wisdom in teeming. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in Egypt, man. Okay?
One who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death, but they had COVID at the time of death. I hope that's helpful.
No, it's confusion. Confusion. Further confusion. Okay, this is off of BBC News from today, April 24th, 2020, the year of prophecy. It says, coronavirus. Doctor rejects Trump's heat and light idea at White House. BBC News. Shows you how there's no wisdom in teeming. You see, this is the king of Babylon, man. Okay, this place is through. I'll read this again. This is a beautiful scripture, man. Beautiful times we're living in. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath the joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we're seeing it, man. We're seeing it. No more wisdom in teeming.
So, supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection?
He's asking questions. I gotta get this, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful. I gotta read this, man. Oh man, we in these times, man. We in these times. Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, is wisdom no more in teeming? And we know teeming was referring to the Germans, but still, they're a tribe, if you may have it, of Edom. Okay, you see, a descendant of Edom. It's synonymous for Edom. Okay, you see, and the Lord He doesn't deal with individuals. He deals with nations. Okay, He judges nations. So it says concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shai, is wisdom no more in Teman? Question mark. Is counsel perished from the prudent? Question mark. Is their wisdom vanished? Question mark. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Don, out, for I will bring the calamity, and Esau's in the calamity. You don't know whether the king of terrors, okay, is coming, man. Okay, man, I'm not going. This whole thing is good, man. Oh my goodness, this whole chapter is good. I highly suggest you read the whole chapter. You know, man, it's just beautiful. Man, I gotta remind this dude. Just like Pharaoh, when he went to his Pharaoh turned to his Trump even said this was a plague. He said this was a plague, and just when Pharaoh turned to his what do they call them, the Magi and so on and so forth. You know, he was confounded. Moses confounded him through the power of Yahweh Shai. Okay, this guy Esau Edom is confounded, and they know they have a short time. Okay, to bring forth this agenda, this new world order. And that's why you see them coming down with great wrath. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Don't get rocked to sleep. This whole so-called opening back up the world. Okay? Hey, never trust thine enemy, man. Okay?
So, supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful. I hope people enjoy the sun, and if it has an impact, that's great. I'm just hearing this, not really for the first time. I mean, there's been a rumor that, you know, a very nice rumor that you go outside in the sun or you have heat and it does have an effect on other viruses. But now we get it from one of the great laboratories of the world, I have to say. It covers a lot more territory than just this. This is probably an easy thing, relatively speaking, for you. I would like you to speak to the medical doctors to see if there's any way that you can apply light and heat to cure. You know, if you could, and maybe you can, maybe you can't. Again, I say maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not a doctor, but I'm like a person that has a good...
Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not a doctor. No, you're fucking confused. Confusion. No wisdom in Teman. We are witnessing the fall of Esau Edom. Okay? This guy is bugged out, double-minded, unstable in all his ways, man. Don't know what the hell is going on. He don't know if he's coming or going. That's why Jake don't know if they're coming or going, because they trust in Esau Edom. They trust in the oppressor, man, and there's no wisdom in him. It's vanished.
World, I have to say, covers a lot more territory than just this. This is probably an easy thing, relatively speaking, for you. I would like you to speak to the medical doctors to see if there's any way that you can apply light and heat to cure. You know, if you could, and maybe you can, maybe you can't. Again, I say maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not a doctor, but I'm like a person that has a good, you know what.
But sir, you're the president.
Deborah, have you ever heard of that?
But sir, you're the president. He says, I got a good you know what. No, I don't. I'm confused. Highly confused. You know, like that show, Highly Questionable? I'm highly confused. Babylon, the land of great confusion, man.
Person that has a good, you know what.
But sir, you're the president.
Deborah, have you ever heard of that? The heat and the light relative to certain viruses, yes, but relative to this virus?
That is a treatment I mean, certainly fever
Yeah.
is a good thing. When you have a fever, it helps your body respond. But not as I've not seen heat or
I think it's a great thing to look at. I mean, okay?
Respectfully, sir, you're the president, and people tuning into these briefings, they want to get information and guidance and want to know what to do. They're not looking for rumors.
Phil, I'm the president, and you're fake news. And you know what I'll say to you? I'll say very nicely, I know you well. I know you well, because I know the guy. I see what he writes. He's a total faker. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's just a suggestion from a brilliant lab by a very, very smart, perhaps brilliant man. He's talking about sun, he's talking about heat, and you see the numbers. So that's it. That's all I have. I'm just here to present talent. I'm here to present ideas, because we want ideas to get rid of this thing. And if heat is good, and if sun...
So he has no answers. He just has ideas and talents. Wow. Wow, I just caught that. Man, you people, you better seek the Lord while he may be found. You guys are, you're on the highway to hell. That's the login. Inside joke. This place has no answers, man. There's a crying for wine, man. The answers are found within these scriptures, man. And the only ones that were given the power through the power of Yahweh to break down these scriptures are the prophets, man. Starting with the elder apostle to her on down, man. Okay, and all the brothers preaching the same sound doctrine and like mind, okay? Whether you believe it or not, okay? This place is through. The Wadi Habashim Yahushai, Wa Abad Babal. I'm gonna close out with this last video here, alright? I'm not gonna play no more of that. That's beautiful. I'm gonna rewatch that on my own. And that's beautiful. The place is through. Put a fork in it. This is BBC News again, April 24th, 2020, the year of prophecy. I'm going to just let this one run for the sake of time. It's already 37 minutes. All right. It says coronavirus. I just wanted to so we can get a better close out with like a better understanding of what's it's hard to gauge what the hell is going on with this damn coronavirus, man. Are people dropping dead? Like, are they fudging the numbers? Are people getting sick? Like, I don't know what the hell is going on. But I do know this man has an agenda. He has a goal. You know, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, and he's a deceiver. That's one of his but that's his blessing, man. Along with the sword, we brought that out last Saturday. His deception, man. His tongue. The devil is the wicked are estranged from the womb. They're born speaking lies. So he does a lot of misdeception and a lot of fake news, and you got to decipher. It's hard to decipher. But what? How can you decipher through the scriptures? Prophecies. The prophecies never lie. Okay? That's your litmus test. That's your gauge. Okay? Yahweh Shai and these scriptures. So anyway, let's get a little update according to Esau Edom, what's going on with this so-called COVID-19 coronavirus, and I'll close out. All right? But still, I wanted to pull this to show you the confusion. They're talking about opening back. I think Georgia just opened back up, you know. It's just, you can't get a gauge on anything. He don't got no answers. He just here to present talent. This nigga must be a fucking damn NFL scout or something, an NBA scout agent or some shit. He just here to present talent. I don't know. The dude, he's supposed to be the president, not present rumors. He's supposed to have answers. They have no answers. We got the answer for you. This place is through. Seek the Lord while he may be found. All right. It says coronavirus. U.S. unemployment claims hit 26.4 million amid virus. BB, and that ain't fake news. That's facts. Might be even higher than that. I think they said that's 15% of the so-called workforce. Okay. You see, the grinding is coming to a cease. That ain't fake news. You could take that to the bank. We are in the midst of Jacob's trouble. You could take that to the bank. Famines, upwards of the people. Okay, them the answers. Okay, those are facts. Okay, that's coming to pass. We in them times. Okay, the mandatory implementation of the RFID microchip. That's a fact. That's the charagma. Okay, we in them times. The devil is coming down with great wrath. A famine of the word. Amos 8 and 11. Those are facts. Those are answers. Esau Edom, the king of Babylon, he ain't got no answers for you. Okay? Anyway, Jake's simple, man. Jake believe anything Esau say, man. You know, Jake just gobble everything up, man. You know, Esau Edom tell you put on a mask, you put on a fucking mask. Esau, Edom tell you to social distance, you social distance. You know? Just, man, simple. How long will you simple ones love simplicity? That's why you're going to take that chip. And you're going to get destroyed. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
The US House of Representatives is meeting to vote on another tranche of bailout funds as a further 4.4 million Americans lost their jobs. Well, the latest unemployment numbers are pretty stark. New applications for unemployment benefits mean the total number of people who have lost their jobs since mid-March is now 26.4 million. That is around 15% of the US workforce. And this graph shows the huge spikes in unemployment, which happened extremely quickly as those lockdown measures brought the world's biggest economy to a standstill. And this is a graph from the Economic Policy Institute. It shows us the unemployment claims over the past 50 years. And the areas, those polls that you can see in grey, they indicate a recession. And basically what this graph tells us is that the jobless claims of the last 5 weeks are in fact more than 5 times worse than the 5-week period of the Great Recession. So really.
So you just heard that, which I did another so-called analyst brought that point out also, that we're actually worse off than the Great Depression, but they're not trying to panic the people. Maybe that's why they're in a rush to open back up the economy. You know, who knows what the hell? Maybe this is. I don't know. I can't gauge it. But ultimately, we know Yahweh Shem Yahushai is working, man. He's destroying this place. He's mingling a perverse spirit in Egypt, and they're staggering, man. They're staggering.
Jobless claims of the last 5 weeks are in fact more than 5 times worse than the 5-week period of the Great Recession. So really.
The Great Recession, Salakia. I thought it said Great Depression. The Great Recession back in 08 or whatever. Okay, Salakia. Yeah, that's what they said also.
Putting it into context. This is really hard to comprehend figures of this size, so let's get some context from the economist Elise Gould. She tweeted that how do we even understand a number like 24 million? It's as if the entire adult population of Texas and Oklahoma combined applied for unemployment insurance benefits in the last 5 weeks.
So common sense, this man, they were already in debt. That's why it says Habakkuk, woe to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. How long? I bought you that debt, you know, that clay. You see, this place was built on capitalism, usury, you know, unjust gains, man, ill-gotten gain, ill-gotten riches. You see, this place is through. This place is through. It can't sustain itself. It's a bubble. It's been hyperinflated over and over. You know, there's been putting a Band-Aid on a gushing wound, or this place is through. It's through. You can't heal Babylon. There is no balm. They're trying. They're scrambling. They're scrambling. The devil is she trying everything, man. He's pulling out all the stops.
Extraordinary figures. Well, to explain how quickly individuals will be able to access the financial aid, here's Heidi Shear-Holes, a former chief economist at the Department of Labor.
Our unemployment insurance program is actually administered at the state level. So there's more than 50 of these programs, and they have varying degrees of being ready to accommodate a crisis of this magnitude. So what we're seeing is, in many cases, people are getting frozen out. They're having to face long delays, which is a real problem. I hope the U.S. really learns the lesson that we need to invest more in these programs so that we're ready when a crisis like this hits, because this is the lifeline for working people who have lost their jobs through no fault of their own through a global pandemic. And so we really, it is a shame, I think, the fact that we've underinvested in these systems in recent decades. It's working people right now who are paying the price.
And it's working people, especially people who work in, say, the services industries, those people who serve food, for example, people who earn such a large amount of their salary through tips that will be hugely affected.
Yeah, so the industries that we're seeing being hit hardest right in the beginning of this crisis are those frontline service industries where there's a lot of social interactions that have been really shut down. So you're talking restaurants, hospitality industries, hotels, tourism, anything related to events, brick and mortar retail has been hit really hard. So one of the underlying things about all those is,
What did that scripture say? The doors are shut Everything is shutting up. Salakia, my bad. my bad. Salak. Um, can't remember where was it. Salakia. Salaki. Here it is. It says that Isaiah 24:10, the city of confusion, like I said, nothing but confusion, Babylon the Great. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone out. You see? Everything is being shut up. The brothers did videos on out there in Cali and different places, them boarding up all those high-end stores. You see, all the restaurants, all the mom and pop places, businesses are pretty much going out of business, man. They're closing up, and they're talking about not even reopening. Because I was watching, I don't know if it's in this one or another news. I was watching so many trying to, I didn't know where I was going to go with this, but I was watching so many news clips. One of the articles, they was talking about even if they open up, they're talking about Georgia, for example, even if they reopen, because I think Georgia already reopened up certain places, restaurants and so on and so forth, but there are a lot of the mom and pop places were saying they're not even going to open up anyway, even though they reopened. They're saying they even though the governor is saying that they can have customers in again, the owners were saying they're not even going to open up. You see? So we in them times, man. A lot of people went bankrupt. A lot of businesses closed, and they're not even going to. And then I'm curious, even if they open back up the economy, so-called, so on and so forth, a lot of businesses are not going to open back up. This was the perfect excuse for them to close, to shut. They already were sales revenue was already down. Perfect excuse not to so-called furlough your employees. Lay them off. The same thing happened in 2008, 2009. A lot of employees were laid off, so-called. And they said they were going to rehire them, and then years passed and they never did. Esau talks with a forked tongue. He's a deceptive. He's a Decepticon, man. He's a deceiver. That's why the scriptures say, "Never trust thine enemy." Salakia.
Right in the beginning of this crisis are those frontline service industries where there's a lot of social interactions that have been really shut down. So you're talking restaurants, hospitality industries, hotels, tourism, anything related to events. Brick and mortar retail has been hit really hard. So
Events that go to the daughters of music being brought low. Okay, all your entertainers, all your stars, your celebrities. The grinding is low. We in them times.
The underlying things about all those is many of those jobs are very low wage jobs. So you're seeing people seeing their jobs disappear who before that didn't have high enough wages in order to have a cushion built up. So people
see pressure from above, pressure from below. And what order out of chaos? Okay, it's gonna for the lack of bread, the love of many shall wax cold. You see, that's what's gonna lead to sedition, uproars. You see, and they're gonna come in with the answer, the solution, the chip, man, the mark of the beast, the charagma, the RFID microchip. Okay, that's what's gonna so-called get everything back to normal. Because life as you know it is not gonna go back to normal. I was watching another video on so-called Germany and Denmark. They were showing the kids going back to school, and they were sitting like a desk apart, mask on and shit. Things are not gonna go back to being the same, man. Life as you know it, like the elders say, we are in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man.
people really are in dire straits and desperately.
People are in dire straits, exactly, and things that you ain't seen nothing yet. Things are gonna get worse before it gets better.
Events, brick and mortar retail has been hit really hard. So one of the underlying things about all those is
brick and mortar retail. I believe, yeah, brick and mortar. That's actual storefront businesses. Like you actually go to like a Best Buy or something, or an actual store. Everything is being digital online because that's the wave. I saw one of the elders did a video, digital world. That's the wave or something like that. Everything is becoming digital. Okay, cashless, Internet of Things. Okay, I say that over and over. They want to connect you to the Internet of Things. Okay? They want to be able to track everything. Okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. This is all part of his agenda. And all nations, the tippity top, they're confederate. They all gave consent. They're all with it. Moab, China, they're all with it. Okay? They're all with it.
This crisis are those frontline service industries where there's a lot of social interactions that have been really shut down. So you're talking restaurants, hospitality industries, hotels, tourism, anything related to events, brick and mortar retail has been hit really hard. So one of the
malls,
the underlying,
I keep jumping in malls, outlets and shit like that, brick and mortar. Yeah, them things are shut up, man, laid off, so-called furloughed, and we know them places, mall strips. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know them all fall under FEMA. Okay, them gonna be concentration camps. The Walmarts, your Targets and shit, Costco's, them big box stores, perfect for concentration camps. You see?
and things about all those is many of those jobs are very low wage jobs. So you're seeing people seeing their jobs disappear.
Desperate.
Who before that didn't have high enough wages in order to have a cushion built up. So people really are in dire straits and desperately need government relief at this point.
The relief, is going to come with that chip, that charagma, especially when all hell is breaking loose. That's going to be the relief, that charagma. But if you take that chip, there is no repentance, man. Your ass will be destroyed.
Representatives is meeting to approve the latest relief package. It's worth $484 billion. It's nearly 2/3 of it is being earmarked to help small businesses cope during the pandemic. Let's get Catty Kay's perspective on this. She joins us live. And that is really needed because we saw just within 2 weeks the money spent completely on the small business relief fund. So the money is desperately needed.
Yeah, so you showed those charts showing the unemployment, and it's really been the last 5 weeks, hasn't it, Kasia, that we've seen this huge spike week on week of millions of Americans losing their jobs. Now, if you think about it, that...
As in a woman in travail, it's getting worse and worse, bit by bit. Let's say that the coronavirus deaths are real, bit by bit. It's getting worse and worse. And we know, this is only the first plague, the first pestilence. There's many more pestilence that Yahweh Shai said he was going to bring upon this place, man. You ain't seen nothing yet. More job loss, okay? The grinding is going to get very low, man, okay?
That money that was destined for small businesses, all of that in the first round of stimulus went in 2 weeks. So for 5 weeks, some Americans have not been getting any money at all. They can't pay their employees. They can't pay their rent. They can't keep their businesses going. So they're looking to this...
The small businesses, the mom and pops, like I said, they're through. I'm gonna close it out. That's why I wanted to play to her, to let you hear her. Okay, the small businesses are through, man, and this was all part of the wicked elite's agenda, man. Population control, got the population down, lay off all the people. They had to do it, man. This is part of their plan, okay. And everything else you're seeing with Trump, that's theater of war. They're waging war against the people, man. Okay? Chiefly against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai and his men. Okay? That's what this really is about. Esau Edom is waging war against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Okay? Through crafty counsel and deceit. Okay?
Business relief fund. So the money is desperately needed.
I'm going to close it out here. I'm done on this. I'm going to let you hear the mom and pop places are pretty much through, man. That's why some of them saying they're not even going to open back up. It's going to be, because you got to pay that money back, man. Okay? They're going to be, so there was already on the hole probably, or just starting to break even or whatever. It's just going to, what they call it, counting your losses,
Yeah, so you showed those charts showing the unemployment, and it's really been the last 5 weeks, hasn't it, Kasia, that we've seen this huge spike week on week of millions of Americans losing their jobs. Now, if you think about it, that money that was destined for small businesses, all of that in the first round of stimulus went in 2 weeks. So for 5 weeks, some Americans have not been getting any money at all. They can't pay their employees, they can't pay their rent, they can't keep their businesses going. So they're looking to this new tranche that the House of Representatives is about to vote on, $484 billion in a new stimulus program. 60 billion of that reserved specifically for the smallest businesses in the country, because what happened last time around is that some of the money actually went to bigger businesses who could actually go to a bank, who had the resources to go to a bank and get loans of other sorts. And there's been a lot of controversy here about that. Were the most needy really getting the money? So Congress has tried this time around to do a better job of earmarking some of this money specifically for small businesses. It'll go through Congress, and in the times we are in, even the voting for it is going to be different, because usually this would be a 50.
That's it on that. I ain't going into all that. Hey, I was thinking of another scripture. She said something about the needy. The money will go to the needy. The scripture said that the needy shall not always be forgotten. And we coming into them times, man. All right. Anyway, with that being said, I know this video was kind of long. Lord's willing, it was edifying. You know. Hey, like I always say, keep pushing, man. We're close. We're real close. Keep your eye on the prize, man. All right. Keep praying, fasting, rehearsing the righteous acts. You know, to the best of your ability. You know. Keep pushing, man. Shalom. Wa abad babal.